make a video about something. I know how recently there's been I have seen a bunch of videos where there are maybe some people either saying you need to do or asking questions about, the youth is not educated on like financial literacy or blah, blah, blah. And that may be a valid point. But I figured it out. A nice, one kind of nice, easy thing about financial literacy that you should start off with is don't buy crap. Don't buy a bunch of crap. You can start out with that. And if you can, save money. Those are good kind of foundational starting points. Don't buy a bunch of crap. And if you have money, you can save it and put it in the bank. I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't trust banks. Okay, that's fine. Don't trust banks. Don't get credit cards. Don't do all that shit, right? Fine, whatever. All right, the video is not about that. My video is not about that financial garbage, all right? Fuck finances. What I want to say is the other thing people say, especially in these times, are, yes, voting on a national basis is critical. You need to vote for the House and the Senate, and of course the presidency. Because that's what people focus on when they're voting. They always pay attention to the presidency and then the House and Senate and national elections. But the pundits are always like, you gotta vote local. You gotta vote local. They always tell you you gotta vote local. The videos always tell you you gotta vote local. But if you'll notice, they never tell you why you gotta vote local, what these weird positions are that you're voting for, what they do, and most importantly, when the elections are and where to go. All right? Where the fuck do you go to vote? What they are, what they do, anything about them. There's no information. Why the fuck should you care about what a comptroller is? The city treasurer? What exactly does a treasurer do? I don't know. He holds onto the money. I don't know. He counts the dollars. And all the other positions. People assume, the mayor and the city council, does bills, makes laws and stuff. I don't know. And they're like, the city council is actually kind of really important for what you do and stuff. And it's like, all right, well, voting in these kinds of things would be really nice if I could, like, you know, go to the post office and just be like, I want to vote now, like on this Monday in the election for Barry. I think Barry is a good candidate. Like, it's not voting day. Yeah, but like, I don't know when the fuck voting day is, and I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna cast my ballot now here, like, on this napkin. And I want Barry to hold every position because it's a small town, and I think he can do all of them. Because, whatever. So here it is, and that's my vote. Thank you. You want to mail anything? No, this is. I'm just casting my vote. They tell me we should vote local, so I'm voting local. There you go. Thank you. Have a good day. Is that good enough? Like, I mean, I don't know. So you want us to vote local? I think maybe we're gonna have to bring back, like, the civics courses as mandatory at the very least. And even then, like, I don't think people are gonna remember that shit because civics courses, like English, history, I sort of remember some of that, but English, English class, every English class was a snooze fest for me. Like, I did, that was seriously, I like, even when even on the days that I, like, tried to pay attention, like, I was fighting sleeping through that class. I don't know about everybody else, but like, I was fighting falling asleep in that class. So, yeah, uh, I think civics would be like one of them classes like that. You would be like seriously fighting falling asleep. So I don't know what I don't really have a solution for that shit. Like, you're seriously gonna have to be, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do about that shit. Like, voting is a hard thing to make entertaining, and entertaining is, I mean, let's face it, school is a difficult thing to get people, get young people engaged with. It just is most of the time. I mean, any person at any point in their life wants to be engaged with something they want to do. You don't want, you don't want to stay focused on something you don't want to do. You want to get the fuck out of there as fast as possible. So that is why school is such a difficult thing to do. That's why everybody's so antsy and so distracted during school. It's not because of some kind of inherent problem or bad teachers. It's because most school is just boring. Most of school is just boring to most people. So I'm gonna have to just, I'm gonna have to just understand that. And that's kind of the problem there. If you want people to vote, I'm gonna have to find a way to deal with all of that I just said. That whole big package of bullcrap that I just gave out to you. But most importantly, we are going to need a much better voting system if we want people to engage with voting. However, I think that's essentially the problem. We don't want high voter engagement. Not we. Uh, they don't want high voter engagement. The system is designed in a way that they only want people that are particularly motivated to go vote, motivated by a certain drive. A certain level of anything to find where to vote, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a certain level of intelligence. It can be just a certain level of hatred of something. And all that is not really good. It doesn't really work towards the common good. It doesn't work towards the greatness of America, greatness of a society. It can work towards the real detriment of a society. If you want to make America great again, you can really screw everything over. You get a bunch of highly motivated people to participate and screw everything up. Trump sucks America. Right. TSA. But yeah, that's a little side note to the end of this. I think the Iran war is another example of how Trump sucks at everything. So there you go. Just like every little every tiny component of this Iran war is just, you can just pick apart every piece of the Iran war and just show how he sucks at the Iran war in terms of warfare. Now, if the point of the Iran war isn't actually war, if the goal of the Iran war is not war, the point is to do something else other than war, then fine. Everybody will have to figure out what that point is. Baseball caps always made my head itchy. They always did. Tax rich people. Kneecap rich people. Boobs.